and then we will digitize it. Telephone number. Yabo abaso. Maybe a drone. Tiara say, Yafa, Abuafono, one so yasene, I made to medical and crater na person the brown. Cratway.
Onia krata impensem mu. Nyumeko masonya sing. Eye enapa macro. Soye napa. No ye soko. Heaven black insecticide spray and mosquito coil. Heaven dear. Barco pe. Adama West Africa Limited.
When I say, na fe yemra. Yeme bon komo. Obuasi. Ebia yebe wi echna. Ebi so ayewie. Echna. But no nchese yen ka Obuasi asemi ma Obuasi na project. Aka chembe bunu ne se oto na common de wode a ko hwe bebi obenya aduane edi but the common de wode atena fie. Ni yakwaba captain. Bibi aboko de. Good. Innocent.
Captain.
Bibi fine.
Yami adom ahode ho.
That's it. Ovi.
Osaber man ahon tren.
Yami adom. Yami adom ye ho ye pa.
Ye da masenso media mukudi wo Obuasi no em se eji bebia they will be friend in New York say na kofi wen na oni Obuasi na say hey Obuasi ye hyew Obuasi ye hyew na mintimunya misi ya na minya ntie ntema anka menso meboa me ho na anka ye kwai nti mutumi kodi djuma no ye de abasubode kesemamo say moko represent Ghana fu na enye onuanti na
no ye kwa ye nkra
you
ye ko baby aye nkra echna kura say ye ko baby ba ye nkra wo ho sa be hu say ye nim nie santai ye duru ya ka tro baby aye wo na obeba na waba wa maso de pese ye kan ye beka
maya de adwuma no na ding papa putting your lives on the line just to tell the real Ghanaian experience story no nti mebo mabaso maya de demase nti afedi munsang nsemnum na yenso yemfa yenemra
ni o shase se wo ye no ne ko ye
right nti on happenings in
Obuasi everything
okay, right nti medical chair 84 camera crew fellow panelists yes Captain Nti, I've said this, Ghana is the number one producer of gold on the African continent. So, since 2018, we overtook South Africa. So, you two gold chain South Africa this year. But, so, you better number one. Obuasi is the number one producing town in the whole of Africa. But, Captain, we have pictures of Obuasi. The realities on the ground. There's nothing that shows Obuasi is a gold mining town. There's nothing. And it's not surprising though, because Captain, for a very long time, so say your leaders know we know what they've been able to do and what they cannot do. And like Captain, I've told you, sir, those who we're asking to fix this country cannot, will not, and don't even know how to fix it. Captain, let me move away a little, but no, to the youth. We've seen the state of the youth in Obuasi, but I like sir, Omoy said they will not allow themselves to be cheated any longer. Sir, if since 2004, Omude AG, Omu sign documents to make sure say maybe no benya ejumaye. Nothing has come up of that agreement. You know, I say Omure if you post Omu sign that document, but the youth have risen up this time. Omu say no, they will not allow themselves to be taken for granted. Now, what is rightfully theirs, they are willing to stand and fight for what is theirs, and we are solidly behind the youth of Obuasi and the entire Ghana. For that matter, say yes, it's about time. Say the youth will stand up and be counted and demand what is rightfully theirs. But Captain, let's move on to national issues.
Good.
Last week I was trying to explain, say, the two political parties that we've had in Ghana for the past 30 plus years now, they only know how to win elections and not how to run a nation. I see what you're saying. Captain, Nyemfa education first. Many people make noise, say they've been able to build infrastructure to boost education. Look at you say, you see schools and all of those things. But, Omori, if you say, education, learning goes with play. And it is, learn hard, you play hard. And it's imperative. And say, Obi Bekachra will say, if you are building a modern day school today in 2023, you have to make sure, say, there's provision for leisure. Ubenya baby in Kolano betumi adi agro kakra. Yes, inti you do an hour or two in the classroom, you should have break to be able to go and refresh yourself, rejuvenate, and then you go back to study. But because of the archaic and cluelessness, no, almost see school dying, no, there's no place for play. There's no allocation for leisure, not playground, and that's a BBR. And they expect to say the kids will stay in school, on some 30 minutes break, just go and stand outside and then have a chat and then you come back. How are you surprised, say, our children are not able to learn or to become more efficient in education? But you see, their concept of education, they say, you see, school dying, that's all they know about education. Now, so I'll show you the architecture of the classroom school, it's as if it's a cage. And let's also Finland, those Scandinavian countries, no. They are, and Japan especially, yes, they are building wall-less classrooms. They are bringing the classrooms out into the open so children can have a more natural feel and learn better. But way more, I don't know how they get their ideas from. I mean, even to build, yeah, copy and paste, keke. How difficult can that be? But social school down here, you know, huge buildings, all block and mortar. Now with the beggar proof, so I go and windows. No, as a prison cage. And how do you want the children to be able to function and to express themselves in such a confined setting? Captain Yanko, healthcare. I said this last week, sir. Healthcare is not just building the hospital and putting the workers in there to work. No, that's not how a hospital is built. But the ambience, the surrounding environment is supposed to aid in helping people to recover. And so you would have expected, say, today in 2003, say, could see hospitals are. You should have hospitals that will have gardens. And so if people are recuperating, they are recovering, they can come out during the day, enjoy nature, the wildlife a little, and then all that boosts in healthcare. But their concept of healthcare, they say, we see hospital, with the beds, you were saying, you go to hospital today, they tell you there's no bed. There's no bed. I just my bribes. Captain, this is more than enough evidence to prove, said those who are managing the country have no clue. But to wrap up on the health sector, I would have expected, say, if for nothing at all, the government or the government officials should have a hospital that is fit for service. But how is it that, say, Obeti say, I buy someone who is working in government and any of our politicians, say, Adeyena, he's supposed to be rushed from Ghana to fly to either the UK, Canada, or Dubai for healthcare? It beats my mind, Captain. And see, if you don't do it for the citizens, for yourself, because say, unya emergency. Now, if you were airport residential, now airport hills, it will take you about 5 or 10 minutes to get to the airport. Now, to be prepped to take the flight from here to UK is at least 4 hours. If it's an emergency, it means you are dead in the plane. It's a common sense. You even tell them, say, let's have a fit-for-service hospital, so if there's any emergency, we can rush quickly. The only thing we've had 4 heads of state who have died because we didn't have good healthcare service. 4 sitting heads of state in Ghana have died because they did not have quality healthcare service here in Ghana. And none of them has the sense, with the greatest of respect, to build a fit-for-service hospital that can take care of such emergencies. No one is thinking in that way. Captain, it goes to show exactly what we are dealing with. Now let's look at employment. The National Security Strategy document from 2020, a Bayankasa Omu document, almost say they've identified unemployment as a national security threat. Into any saying jurisdiction, or any saying country, once they've identified an issue which can have the potential to cause chaos, national chaos, or create political instability, your first thing is to commit all your resources to addressing those issues. And it's a national security prepared document. Almost say unemployment has become a national security threat. What has government done about it? And they think it's a joke, eh? And now they don't understand what national security threat is. And see, every year we have a backlog of unemployed youth. And every year, you say, statistics show about 250,000 youth graduate from our tertiary universities, tertiary institutions every year. Less than 10% of that number get employment at every single time. And see, finally say, 10% of 250,000 will not have jobs every year. I mean, will have jobs if they are lucky, about less than 10%. And you just find say 10%, which is about 25,000. And see, out of 250, you have just about 25,000 people getting jobs, which means you have over 200,000 every single year unemployed. Now they've said, sir, that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. And so don't be surprised that you find crime and all of these things going up. Because so if you only a Juma here and you don't have money to be able to fend for yourself, what's your next resort? Crime. You see, and instead of addressing that solution, that situation, what they think is the best way to address it is say, Amuko retool the security agencies. So spend monies to buy more equipment for the police to fight crime. Not understanding, say, address the root cause of crime, and then you solve the problem. Rather than go to retool, now, sir, armored cars, police, pickups, motorcycles, how much went into those? And are you telling me, sir, toothpick machine, on Alibaba is about $12,500. We import 80 million Ghana cedis worth of toothpicks every year. Are you telling me, sir, those 100 motorcycles and now say those 47 armored vehicles that have been given to security services cannot buy those machines to employ the youth? It is, sir, every year we are able to save 80 million Ghana cedis from the importation of toothpicks, and we can produce them locally. Therefore, 10 million my youth to take care of their cost of production and their salaries. Now, Munchia tax 8 million to Abai. Isn't this doable? But they'll rather give the police more weapons to be able to fight crime, ignoring the root cause of crime, which is unemployment. Captain, I'm telling you, these guys are very clueless. I don't know how, and I've said, they only know how to win elections and not how to run a nation. The information minister say he's uploading graphic because they've been able to digitize all their materials. And indeed, your vice president will launch a whole campaign on digitalization of our economy, which is a good thing. But don't say, for anything to go digital, it cannot be done without internet or telecommunications. It's impossible, right? And see, how is it that you're building a whole super infrastructure on digitalization, but you do not have a national telecoms company? How does this make sense? And see, if today all the private telcos decide they're going out of operations, they're not going to operate today, what will government do with all their digitization? And this is a very serious national security threat issue, which I was thinking, sir, Captain, there'll be high premium placed on this issue so we can address it as soon as possible. But as if no one is even raising issues with this, it's nobody's business. Oh. All our telecoms are private owned. The state doesn't have any telecoms company wherever. And see, if you're building your economy or digitizing your economy, which is going to be on a private person's infrastructure or network, what happens the day that comes under attack or the person goes out of business and now anything happens? What happens to our national data that has been collated on the digital platforms? What happens? Captains, again, these people that we're dealing with know how to win elections and not how to run a nation. Because how is it that you don't see the essence of building roads and infrastructure until there's a by-election? Now, you see why we need votes. And now you see schools and that's our infrastructure, we need votes. I thought development was supposed to be everything okay. Mm-hmm. I thought development was supposed to be a scientific, well thought out process. And yes, they win votes. Yeah. But of course, because they only know how to win elections and not how to run a nation, this is what we are seeing.
All right.
But to wrap up, Captain, a call again to the youth. So see, I know we've gotten to a place where we have to take our national issues seriously. Into camera, right? It's about time, sir, we take our national issues very seriously. Put all partisan issues aside, and let's fight for the betterment of all Ghanaians and future generations. Captain, thank you.
I mean, I say, na menfa innocent and call Obuasi. Me didn't say, what to be, when who be. Say no, established. So far, maybe 10. Age na ho Obuasi 9. Any age my.
Yeah, Captain. The decam I mentioned what here for. Now, me more my basso said. At least you've been able to move the program from Accra to maybe a problem no one. Because Maka said the core mandate of the media is to identify challenges NIPA FAC. You give it a platform, you give it oxygen of publicity, you amplify the concerns of the people. Some of your policy makers will get to know those issues and weave policies a big genus problem so now you addressing those challenges. So on that particular way, my mom about so now the response from the ground and also actually how people are become receptive to the information you're churning out. Because in the past, the many shows all call about since I call a program like this. Now, and yet party-sponsored programmer, you have people paying attention. But because of this emerging media and the information that is coming, people are really becoming quite receptive to this kind of information. And what we be able to say a name part, a CP, a cut down. And a time will come, may say it's a kind of mental revolution that is waged on the minds and on the psyche of the Ghanaian youth. And sooner or later, a man for who the impact, how deeper ako. So the air question to me is positive. People are responding to the messages, and sooner or later, no, you be who ABB. Captain, there be a can't. Your governance ne enyuma eni ho ne nasefo no maka cho so ko man bia mu a say you can't natural resources you can't go diamond ne nasefo no the crucial component the human capital ne yifrim human resources ni nyina the most crucial component human or maka cho say you can get all the resources, gold, diamond, lithium, whatever, not the mind to be able to manage those things. And those things become very useless. Sure. That is why in the West, in the US, the focus has always been enlightening the human mind. Or move out to a level and the resources they are able to come to Africa. They take all the resources to go and beef up whatever because but you need idea. And this Omuki we are chasing over the years and other human capital. They are out there hunting for humans. Nipa the Sanyama Juma. Makacha why the US lottery was rolled out. Omoya research here who said when it comes to age we now, average age in the US was somewhere around 53. Nipa no omu lusu omo. They were looking at the future. In the future, I say age we fall out. When and a replace at an era, people are not giving birth as it used to be in the past. So if that is the case, let us roll out this particular policy. Look around other countries. Look for resourceful individual youth or more healthy. They can contribute to the economy and help and contribute to the growth of American economy. A lot of countries are adopting this same strategy because some of them are losing the numbers, and you need human beings to be able to hold on the economy. But fortunately for Africa and Ghana, continent are blessed with this human capital. America, UK, and other countries are suffering, because our population about 60% are the youth. It means you're green when it comes to these resources. We are the most resourceful country when it comes to human resource in the world. But how to put these human beings to good use, that is the problem. Because governance around us, Makacha said governance is a template, and so when you say a science, you become very rigid. You go by the template. But if you see it as an act, then you'll be able to look at the immediate environment. Now, what are the challenges I will face? Now, what to me, I turn that particular template, so that template, to me, I yearn in such a way, it's a bit suit your local interest. But that is not the case. So, Uko Obuasi, now see a Casa Ghana, you produce gold. What comes to mind? Obuasi. Obuasi now, because of gold activities in Asafon, land there, Minyasha away farm and a bay. There are a lot of other activities otherwise but because of gold activities, and things are there, it's off the table for the youth to go into those things. Again, when it comes to health, because of mining activities, not some of the chemicals every single person in Obuasi, whether you see or you don't see, your life is at risk.
No, there are 7 deformities. Okay. Deformities in Obuasi.
Yes.
Obuasi yefa won kola 10 bia.
Yes.
Emu 4 with deformity.
Yes.
Every 8 out of 10 people be Obuasi bia no. One was skin defect. Yeah. 8 out of 10. Now I observed something. Because I to me last day na my look. When Obuasi ni enipa di nkomo a say ofi wo nchena okwa say boso obi andi ti wo so say. Oh, I won't say, we are also to say. I won't say, Nipaniti was to say, me buy them beside a medical doctor, we say, at the neurosurgeon be. And I'll say, as a result of excessive blast.
Absolutely.
It's boom, boom, it's when you are didn't come out, everyone say, oh, you need to say. And this is what is happening at Obuasi. A cost war.
Yes, Captain.
Coupled with hunger.
And mining, you know, they've brought it so close to the town, say, Kronesi Hono, Asia, you know, to Asia. And the corporate social responsibility, as a render to Kronoma youth, no more at least, you bet me certain platform be, bet me Jumaye. Nasa near mana sebi or more shireno, you ever compensate for them to at certain extent, you know. Those things are not even there. And really there's a more harm making sure that people who have access to those incentives, you know, are not interested because to them, no, it is about what they gain from Niamana air cost, to the neglect of everybody around that particular area. Because Enkakura yet to go to Waswa in such amount, you know, there at least in Kabako Krono sono, Nanka Yatimi Sikrona Uraha, and Obuasi is supposed to be the most beautiful city in the whole of Yafanza Ghana. But unfortunately, go to the town a new one who nipa binya. You to sorry and Kasa Obia, me kwaji ya nasa, Mpanimfona Omudi Hono, and as a Mutimin Tasidi on the behalf of this particular youth or Mohosabi or Musubenya Jumaye. But Anam, Adodia, Yamubinum or Mubinum and your free Sanyama Wenumti, they are not interested. And nobody is speaking for the youth. And I leave more. So there is this hopelessness, there is this hunger, there is this your friends desperation that is hovering. And on our call ya. So any least provocation they are not lead to violence. That is what you saw. And the medical aspect, you know, there are a lot of danger or more exposed to. So that comes back to leadership. Who is that person? Analyzing all these challenges, because I'm not sure you are the first person to learn this.
Oh, sure. And
I said to know this. There are people, MP from the area, leadership, the government itself is privy to some of these things. Even the company itself, no crime. The other side of the activities and engagement, but nobody's interceding, nobody's creating job opportunities, no avenue for the people. And boys, are going to Galamsey, like he said. Say, what would they do? Because land no asset so they are forced to go into this mining activities, and some of them go and they don't even come back. So life there is no guarantee for you, say, you can live up to your friends said the following day to eat whatever that you struggle for. That is the real challenges. So leadership in Obuasi and Panimfo and Sesebe Ghana need to mean gold. Not Yakoton gold during the Amabrofo. Not percentage just 15 to 17%. And the Pano Baba tuning in our film. The corporate social responsibility no enya by force because you have Ashanti Gold Football Club now buy ya na omo manage no say na omo je ato ho obi antimi for so omo and na wuja team no to on team no yagu because one of the things ananka youth no timi jiji omo ja de ma local individuals omo ho no ye de kotwa bet ama ya tie omo ama say team na record division 1 that is the way as a cost ho entim panimfo no mo ho na so mo sorry na ban so de no jim say the people there also deserve better. And so the health implications at least you can go into some form of a discussion with them, even though contract or whatever has been signed already. But always avenue for your friends a renegotiation. What's not here the damning consequences of those activities on the life of the people of Obuasi. So going forward, you have realized that the people deserve better because for Anglo Go to operate in Obuasi, they need peace of mind to be able to operate. So you to be radical. Activity violence, they cannot sit there and work. So it is incumbent upon leadership at the place and government to ensure that at this point, the people have been cheated for long. This is the time for government to go into negotiation, some form of a discussion with them to ensure that at least a certain percentage of work na ekoso you better be quitted to the youth. Mbahunta sabi omusu nya aduma ye na wote okrom na obi abefa krom no mum wo nya aduma ye Galamsey no so mukoko ye bia no so baba ya asem fofra de na nipa na be ye maka cha se so pese wo take away ade nipa no ye like Galamsey no pese wo take from say menye Galamsey bi ma you should be thinking about providing an alternative. Because one man alternative now, no matter how we try, because our and that is the situation. So far situation now Obuasi now Merono to the entire Yafanza Ghana That is the development going on everywhere. Ghana na ankasa yete no, go to cocoa areas no kwa kokko ha there, the western region. Baby a yedua cocoa for quite some time now, be a backbone of this particular economy. Go there and look at their roads, and the people are not making any demands because you free say how they say or the omojuma we as produce no farm right. Road kwano base no, there is no incentive, no insurance. We a cocoa farm and I say oba na say ewu nothing will be uncompensated, and all life nyina abaye basa. So the only lucrative enterprise is being in politics. Yeah. So politics, you are guaranteed sabi. Would be public coffee when you crab in your theater, when you crab it now cry. So everybody in the mind from those way no joining the political your friends a bandwagon or bar sabi they will benefit, and consistently the quality of leadership that we are supposed to get, considerably, it is waning because nipa no ba adwin ode ba ayesika. And my culture says if you are going into politics and your motivation is money, you go there and get the money in essence. So I know the day no find nipa who be because you can't do ba e dey be adwin ya de dwene and they identify a problem. They identify challenges. Now you solve those challenges, Captain, you will never find them. And internet Chrono ababeye ededi ewo ye politics ma utum say ye dibia akwese kejetia market obia ebo chrono, and in the end nobody is holding anybody accountable. Those who will be bold enough ayeba rise, they said no, something is wrong, let us rise and protect the nation, because galamse na na ekoswa Professor Frimpong what's in trouble letter the command president or transfer for 2 good years report in about bontia and ono na ye twe na bo so ene ye special prosecutor akofre no. So I know the day what is the motivation for the ordinary Ghanaian na oye willing say sabi obetimi aboa me to keta asesha asekura no. That particular willingness is not there because okwa you will be victimized, you be hounded out. That is what happened to Dominivo and several other individuals. Ye name their tomato na middle. So oman no ye live no bear, but we have all the resources we have them. Nema yawo other countries are sabi or more advanced as for and China at the Africa I the harvesting your friends are grounder. They are coming getting all the resources that they need from cobalt to whatever. You never be to the stands even uranium they are getting it from Africa. To beef up their friends military industry in you have all these things. How to assess them to the stands, even gold to crown captain. You say gold deposit has we don't even know how to extract it. To the stands your friends tema toa. You too oil how, but how to process that particular thing for local use, you turn a raw carbon thing. Now you see $100 at the faba. So a man you name your pet. So we name your opa. If you don't know where you are, now we name your opa. You will never know where you're going. So you're in the Musa. That is why the last time I told you, say, or mine you're running like your friend saying a purposeless shipper. Enam so oni mabia oko no one say oni na musa ton so no ma wa oni mabia no mabia free. We need to have a purpose. Now yet me put all these things to good use. Fortunately for us, over Ghana, the youthful population, is so massive. Say you take any undertaking biana, the human resource to be able to execute those things, will be there. But even you probably do a point, even the training require they more youth to look at that problem, and then look at our schools, look at our nature, and then way come your schools the quality of tuition, quality of your near my environment in a crop, what it is quite challenging. And these are people we are training for the future. So you ask yourself, what kind of future are we bequeathing? What kind of future are we giving it to these people? It becomes quite challenging. So system is the same so you will not see any change. So the resources now rush hour or be a to the future of this particular country, a beer in the over me general case bibi, because see I'm no say your healthcare a challenge, your schools a challenge, and a hospital. Just look around. Health facility, the biggest one of me I can call Lebun 37. For a camera na nam so we do kolebu for any surgical ward. I'm saying go from the whole kolebu. Go and look at the surgical ward. A work from as really have been there. You can go and check with the cameras. So one day we can sneak there and coach surgical ward. We know that you're inside na kucha na fabra bachira man for. That is the biggest hospital in Ghana. Na Yesika top V8 as a man for conferences and then as a forum, a man for Jessica and as a forum. Those who are supposed to be prosecuted, nobody is interested. I am for those who have a voice, who are supposed to. But catch us there. When it comes to governance, every single person that is in position of influence, even the youth on the street, everybody has a stake. So what the because I made a mayor, Henry Namekoka, Bedi Matama, we need the walker because a minor boy, Bogu Tiso. So we all have a role, we all have a stake in Ghana. The country, our republic is sinking, nothing seems to be working, the youth are being rendered jobless. We need to my people are becoming desperate. The wave of hopelessness now hanging around, and more nothing is working. The only enterprise that is triumphant in this country is politics. And the women why ye.
Kofi, now we can say near Manebi. I mean, both colleagues Abu Bonsem Nebi so bad. Now Abai say Obuasi Mebuno go into agriculture, Monko farming. Into almost so much as a Wombeko farming until Abai Mwao. Say no. Krata we a krata Ghana buying sana shasi we nyamena me ye lands commission and a ye say cocoa dua say nyame ye wadom Anglo Gold Ashanti adanseman nyina no aban de ama won sa asasene sikashim gold ho nti ade bia wo so o mu mpebe mutimi dwiri tugu nto mutimi bu nipa dan etugu se gold e wo ho sa wa ye fuo wo ha ye say tem yi o na wo mo de tree population na ye calculation no ti se se nyame ayi wadom no wadua koko na se wo koko nua mako 450 a ye say ba ko ye ma 12 cedis 34 pesos one cocoa tree but say endru 450 trees in there back on 7 cedis. Meanwhile, cocoa board hybrid seedlings, almost spending close to 100 Ghana cedis on one. And some farmer and Saka, they were could do for free.
It's not even funny again.
Debbie, Captain.
Yes, sir.
I am so embarrassed. And I pay Mary Bahan, who say a very young girl, also in soup and a drinks when it is so. Now say what bread.
Ow.
Or her name say, my man sign say, ope me pensionibia. Na oma insunu so se no ye ne kon se se ne kon na waiter ekura no insunu bro at least 100 pounds. Can you imagine say was share insu for an hour uko gym kra na we ye ukra dumbbells na we ye workout we 10 set 10 sets wabre shena abufrei kura adina SSA anka ote baby young girl one mano craft bin wasua wo hwe Obuasi case ya Captain. Let me tell you, the whole Obuasi region should be shut down. Munti na mekano me a president nea me shut the whole Obuasi down. SSA companies are one mine gold Obuasi na SSA will pay for a new housing development outside of Obuasi for inhabitants of Obuasi, because the whole landmass of Obuasi is toxic and yet fit. And yet fit for human life. Say, as I say, nipa etna Obuasi. Neurological diseases and the conditions are erebano. Efe ne rifiase. The Captain Kesi, deformities. It goes way beyond that. Hey, adwene kakra na yen kra na yen a yen ko Obuasi yen panyufo na wote parliament na adwene no kra na won ko Obuasi o wontumi news sa adwene ni ye adwene na enye toxic na ediniama etu kwankwa abrochiri ko hu Dubai ko hu abrochiri sa adwene no kra ntumi nye adwuma na adwene a was subject to toxicity at this level better na ye adwuma dwene wo hwe abrochiri babia no they are developing, artificially developing the youth because there is a crisis of a shrinking of the population of the youth that will be develop into human capital. No longer ye juma to send a million. Yeah, you know, we have an abundance of 66% of the whole Africa youth. We have the engine. Yade oil begu engine num ni ebe crank, nebe start, nebe mayeng, ebe build wealth for Africa no. Yeri inject one, yeri expose one to toxicity. Ni ye kumu. Yeria because we haven't built wealth. Yakuru bruni ho. Akuji 3 billion. Hey, come on. This is not made up. Yeah. Maybe estimates should say at the very least, no. Yeah, airlift $10 billion of gold a year in Ghana. 10 billion. Me say wopa called the gold souks in the UAE called baby I what on gold be around the world. Nakore said the world standard, no. Would it compare Ghana gold at the very least times 30. Said what on Ghana no times 30 wa bruchi. Inti say lift 10 billion a year times 30 na ya times 30 no ya that's 300 billion. What it na American say? Yes, slash no crown so by another 2/3. 1/3 pair would be $100 billion if we just added the standardized value, international value to gold. Yenye value add wo Ghana. Yenye value add. Ye to gold na near the bruni. Inti to have the capacity and the potential to make $100 billion just from gold. Just from gold. Na yedibe mo bruni. Na okoyene 300 billion na. Ya san dan ye hu say ya paucho ya ko German embassy ya ko power ncho say won ko China enko pa cha o mayen no won fa yen ka ye de won no enche yen. Oh, come on. Hey, you have to be embarrassed if you are an attention-paying, concerned Ghanaian. So we pay attention to Ghana, you have to be embarrassed. As I say, we to make us, and I may say, listen, if wujina baby, wujina wo me, now can say, oh, I am for NDC, oh, I am for MPP. There is something seriously wrong with your thinking. I'm telling you, because you see, the very ground now wujina so your foundation wujina so no. Worry degrade sa foundation no. We are going through a degeneration. Morally, physically, mentally, psychologically, worry degenerate Ghana. Ghana yeresa. We are thinning into air. We are thinning into air and nobody seems to be concerned. Asofu, listen, there's going to be a time. Asofu,
2015.
We're going to pull a sheet on you. Nia say, mo asofu beng na you brought value to the Ghanaian people. Muntie na mekeni ye. Because asofo a mo bring value to the Ghanaian people, no, you're going to be written off. Muntie na mekano. Ahemfo, muntie na mekano. Yebe hwemu sheet, mo performance sheet. Ni ahwe mo a bring value to the Ghanaians, no. Wo be write mo off. Youth no worry bo, wo hu na ekoso. Say wutumi ko Obuasi na obi anum insu na ne skin na resay. Ya titi anope no reka kyerem so obi yi no ho a patches ne skin. Just say the level of toxicity, no, the body cannot hold.
Confusing baby, insuo na ewo Obuasi no. AGA at the Cyanide akosi insuo na ewo Obuasi ni na ho. Yes say we went there, we saw the Cyanides, we took videos of them. Well, ankasa trust say insuo na esuo na nam men yi bi wo mo we.
Are you serious?
Yes. Oh, I mean, let's activate the phone lines.
Are you kidding me?
Number 2, men no monsuo ni bi.
Hey.
Number 3, men fansuo ni sinema.
Oh my God.
Number 4, men fansuo ni bi ndware.
Na nsuo no mutimi control entene nko ba bia.
Nsuo ni de etene ko ba bia sesetene.
Yes, sir.
And I read what somebody woman ni say.
This is treasonous.
Me and I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Womo share that the metefa kromu nsuo. Almost 9 rivers ba kukura ni wa eflow. Nsuo na ye white. Wo hwe anwe na wani na aye white. Ebi so aye tum. All because of cyanide deposit. Now, my mention cyanide pool no back. They have a pool.
Oh my gosh.
Patron, Mr. Producer, get it ready for me.
You mean cyanide?
Yes.
Cyanide.
Liquefied cyanide.
Liquefied cyanide.
They call them ponds.
This is not.
They call it ponds.
This is not possible.
I'm in shower there.
That's it.
And I watch even this, but you take a look at this map.
This is not.
No, you take a look at this map. I'll come to explain. Now, Patron, for cyanide, for pool,
Hey.
this whole area was a forest. Maybe a cyanide was a forest.
A forest.
No, a forest.
Cyanide dam.
Cyanide, etmia deplete. Forest. Now, AGA say almost 10 kilometers square land, so if we need to reclaim that land, we need about 2013 years. That is forever and ever, I don't know.
Sure.
Because with their train, they have about 4 of this.
Often ponds, yeah.
They call it cyanide ponds.
Oh, this is wicked.
So, question I able to say.
Hey, this.
AGA for Kwame some of us saw when we dispose, when we waste. Bakuni pond 1. Bakuni pond 1, 2, 3. Way a beer. Obasroha, a household a beer.
Nipa na he na nipa na te.
Oh
no, that can't be possible.
That's where they live.
No.
Their houses. Take a critical look at that. Pond in the which one? Look at where they are going.
Kidding me? Oh no, Akufo-Addo. No. This is not politics,
Captain.
This is not politics.
Okay,
No, Captain.
Again, when we to Amena, I wouldn't matter on the Amena. It's almost 11 of that hole. Acacia, 11 or more. But the attorney say, AGA for an Ankasa document to say they will require $260 million
to fill it up.
To fill one hole.
That's what I'm meant to say.
Almost 11.
Hey, Captain, it
is so where I obi. Ya say rivers, we must say streams. And AGA, I could to say so way among Sound so where the Asaka was a man numbi.
Oh no, Captain, come on, this can't be right. No.
But the people now want Boston, we need choice. It is so way I don't want them. One number of Obuasi.
This is.
But we say Nipa. I am black and white. I mean the color white and color black.
No.
And I did that Nipa.
Nervous system is giving up. Seriously.
Almost say, so more the cyanide in the year you won't be probably no deposit waste no I will be ponoso.
Hey,
it's a bad montia. First, in a powder form. It's a powder form, no a petine go moa. No more black and white, black and white, black and white, black and white. I say, possible. Aha.
Captain Cyanide no mo e bia no bintasia. Samra your friend saying Nazi for no di omo kwasa asem those days no. Omo ya na ye de asho omo de asho omo sim. Enti wo tie na to force him to confess na wa yi na wa or the two nanuma nanu bepu ohusa na wawu. So that is the cyanide. And a cassava crowd, there are some of the land that you have.
Yes.
You have a cyanide, cassava poisoning. And a very dangerous chemical.
Okay.
And some of these things, you expect it to become an issue of prominence in Obuasi, not party, rooting for MPP, NDC. This will be a typical issue.
This is, Massa, because do you know how serious this thing is? Captain, I'm saying, how serious are you?
Oh.
No, Tio. The whole Obuasi region, no, and your Obuasi region, parameter name a Obuasi ni nano, Babe carcinogenic. Obi oronum sa DB for the next year, the whole region of Obuasi, for the next organs now, Babe, you are without a doubt, it's going to be a carcinogenic region. As I said, war abandon, war evacuate. This is serious, Captain. What do you say about Bodiaba?
No, but how can Cyanide be tripping over?
Listen. Me M said Jama Parliament. M said Jama say a demonstration near Catcher Parliament because as I said, what?
And a parliamentarian flow, they are aware. I don't know.
Debbie.
Who told you they are not aware?
Debbie.
MPs now only lead boys in a demonstration.
Debbie. Because we name the effect.
Who told you they don't know?
No,
they are all minors.
What?
Kofi, let me tell you the worst part of Obuasi situation. No,
guys.
When him say baby, minus no one anchors and AGA quarters no. Who Obuasi group now cover? You need a passport.
You need a thing.
You need a pass. You need a visa.
Okay, so.
Tell me,
oh my gosh, this is.
It's a whole MC. Or none of that enclave national. Say, or call a wha. I do a man a pass. As what me
that's what Tom.
Police commander and me raho. Baby, your mama ko school no way Obuasi near Oban to me ko school hobby. Baby, your mama diagro no way Obuasi near Oban to me ko diagro hobby. And more huge reverse osmosis machines are. So they drink a different water. And Obuasi also know different water. To an extent, say documents here kutami. Eja signatures we was 20 minutes fancy way. Ghana police for crash letter. E come Obuasi for said mo AG for said mo no. Mo nko so nye. Na that man so bibi kese bibi si no. Ye be jai e ma Brian na kro na bogu ye ina ye so.
Captain, because this thing any police commander issue. Like he says nipa no mo krom no sorry. Then the whole country this is a national security crisis.
No, Captain.
This is a national security crisis.
Yeah. I mean, do you know how serious this thing is?
But the MCs are being paid by AGA.
But that's treasonous. Oh, Erade, inti NDC and MPP, Ghana for na me came Montiasia na me wrong. This is a treasonous. This is a serious, beyond even sovereign. This is serious because this is an obliteration of humanity. This is like Auschwitz.
This is genocide.
This is serious genocide. This is Massa. Even the world war friend and crash should come in because should not be allowed to. I don't even think I never knew it was this serious. Listen, that whole Obuasi region should be shut down. And you know, as I said, what for nipa Obuasi region in and what could relocate one baby. Now what build a new community mawong financed by AGA, of course.
Kofi, na me pe kotre, wonim kotre. Wonim say baby a wo kotre wo bia no, chese environment ni ye clean.
Wonim how serious.
From hotel ayeda. Eko baby a prisons wo. Efa baby a yekoto aduane. Baby a nante koye.
Na mokwa mu didi wo ho.
Ye na what choice? Ensuo na ye de ade koye.
Captain.
Coffee. Ensuo a obi num no se guy ne kasa ne minima e dudu nam so. Adan. O say ensuo na ye num no bisa wo mu nyina bisa team members even the driver no kwa no so say one have my voice ne mabio. Kwadwo men suro hwi. Me say fansuo no ma me na me num be hwe. Coffee within 5 minutes na my voice say na men ne ntimi
reaction. We need reaction.
Ya titi. Wo mu ko dware. Me na sha se wo me so. Me bie hotel nsuo no kala na ba he no. Na me call mechi.
Are you serious?
And me bu nsuo no gu ya for about 15 minutes. Asa me tuma kwa sha se akodware. Ya titi mu nsuo mu bu ye wo hotel ho na te sa adwonwo.
Hey,
na de ya wo mu ne se. De ya wo mu ne se. Wona mabo ase sa na ya chewo.
Ade.
Say a suspect say what site ho.
Oh,
then I can what I say.
I mean, what kind of stupidity is that?
Okay. When I'm sa they are chow. Now, all the farmlands are crops was no. One more a barricade. One more fancy AG a fancy. Yeah, in Sudani. Where a hotel in Zoo. And yes, why you have to go, you buffy hotel pipe tap.
Then they go in.
You don't know.
You have asked a question.
Obi Prof, you have asked a question.
Check.
Oh, no, this is not right.
In Sony, Obuasi so.
Now it's a carrot juicing.
That's right.
Are you serious?
Kofi Unim. One want the farmland ni na ne crops no. It is a way a farmer no person will go farmer. As a so kwaje pass fee AG ho. As what go farm.
No. Listen.
It's a abrantie baako. Ye bia punu no no wura mu no koye. Okọ fum. And your boss soldier farmer na say obi abe cross ekọ na fum. Wo man ko kase okọ wiade o. Ye say wa be cross ho ekọ na fum. Na Ghana soldier fo nsia kutatuo. Akoto nipa wo wura mu na tuo ten. Na odimirika na the nine ko wo dua ebuso. For the picture, Andra.
Hey,
only and the night. It's 3 days. Then the year and the market papa yo buhuno. And Sunday Baba could so my dark castle quick for my trap or the NBA. I'm a yedi. And on board Deuru and Obuasi Crumo for tea or Mugu Remo. Or quite a dear one name, not or the honey Dianition name.
Win him 90, win him 90 hours.
There
one person will cross us because we him Nawasi. Ntia won se obia wo access to wo afu no wo kwa afu no mo no wo kotu now the enya won gold ni bi but listen, this is Eradi Yusuf nipa mobo. Hey Ghana,
Captain,
this is serious.
When you say you can't leadership our home enye coat a obehye na enye ka obedam.
That's right.
It is about say obetimi atana say na we identify challenges and nipa wo. Now we no assume say we certain refined mind and I say you have a team or betimi come out solution and say be betimi address those challenges. So leadership every day be yes how solve a problem. That is all that is about, because what you two who say and then you inspire people, you provide direction, you strategic plans and for how betimi actualizing those things, you know. If that all that leadership is about, if that what the template of leadership is all about, then you ask yourself, what kind of leadership are we having here? Is it about politics, people coming here to because a place like this, you will not even expect to see people say yes, about movie, because life no team no every single person, including the chiefs, or life is at risk. You can die, you can get exposed to anything at any point in time.
When you say you can die, they are going to die.
In a concerted effort,
cancer. Yes. Cancer. They have been exposed.
No, yes, see, 6 out of every 10 people was cancer. Ghana Health Service have a document.
No, so in a concerted effort,
how can they allow these people to live there?
They are still there.
This is not. Listen, this is genocide at the highest order. Listen, this is treasonous. The president of the country has to be removed for this. Major, Do you know how this is genocide?
It's something that has been there for years. It's been there for years. It's not just a Kufuor. It's been there for years. It's been there for years.
This is serious.
The whole of last year, over 1 million ounces of gold, and you 2 year Ghana. And an ounce is over $7,000. No, 7 point something BBB. In total, last year alone, Obuasi gave us $7.4 billion.
So for US no count.
Dollars.
US dollars.
US dollars. Last year, Obuasi alone gave us $7.4 billion.
$10 billion.
That's right. Obuasi alone, last year alone, Obuasi gave us $7.4 billion.
Can you imagine?
Last year,
value times 30
alone, Kofi. Last year alone, Obuasi gave us $7.4 billion.
Gosh, this is painful.
Traffic light about Kukura and so Obuasi. The Adiachi and Omudi Medical engineers go. And I read the Nasses who have been there. Green, ni yellow, nema. Aswesisu besine. Obuasi alone.
So question na be say senti kuro no se panyini wom ndimpanifo ni kuro mo.
Oh,
and you see, you as a journalist, I will call her. Situation like this, we are overwhelmed from that day to today. We'll try to amplify this challenge. Every amount for Behui. Nipa Nikromo, are they not aware? The Nipa no namu. Now, when channels of communication in the day, because I said no can't win to be international. So what the Baba
Nipa with your skin, no. And yes, what to Jamu Cyanide.
Captain, this is serious. Captain,
let's address. Do we have time?
My Yenfa.
This is serious.
Penimba Ku Kronim. Min pese me bundi. Ohene wadama mache.
Ya me de.
Wadama min pese me bodi nti me minja wona de opesa wo kana wetumi aka ma empacho kasa.
Yo me damase. Me kasa pro Obuasi. Ya dansi ni ba mapa. Ya wo me wa ha. Ani e tete mo ha. Na di wo me se Obuasi. Ye mpen fo no omodi abro papa. Special ya hemfo, ya hemafo. Efi ahemfo no kra de Obuasi a. Bebre prima ye ntie. Nti ahemafo na di ko ya boso. De di kan akotre hema. Akotre omoye mine no mine ni enum company kro. Enum company kro. Mine wo ho. Enim de ode ho so ma wo mo na wo ni di sama ye se akotre hema na de ho ma wo. Como so ma bro ye mfa wo mo. Ni pa bi ense bi ni afọ ma shey. No Obuasi na na mo ADA no first ya wada bia na e panipa ni a training and san ya mo akofo ye be training wa mo aduma na ni so e bia 3 months almost pe ni a post wa de wa for underground o ko so a sa ni ye ni ma ko school e workly and she tell me ko ye aduma e sa fi 83 and am bae ni jai bae and yes, from 94 to 2013, and the baby. Now the back up in the baby, you think I feel now about that. There will be a man that you demand 124 years. What kind of back over? The amount of 1 million, 1 billion, 1 billion,
100,000 Ghana cedis.
And I 1 billion, 24 years on the ground. Wow. You can't you was capable of the 42 or my head, you know, a collapsiano, good year, a baby. Such can almost wear the Maya, a baby, and say a paper to grab a demonstration worker. Up to now, I believe the country, South Africa, grab it here down there or court. What's the court to India, my age? Oh, well, you have to wear some local police for this, so they are probably some wood now. And Obubi asem from ade asem no so goni na be dia that say no be eti ka mai ye sam ka set ka no be sam Obuasi issue no so Obuasi no aye we ka ke ye so nyina say na no tie wo ka wa say na be de pa ye dori ya wo ki kayen bo wa ye tutu nyina ka se na pa wo ka mo ta process mo a Sana the next ten shooting nara. Edie daway. Ukofa what here, what the mama, Yamacho, Yabacho, Ukofa is here number. I pray any area, Nasudi. Omo contract now, yeah. Edie, Omo contract now, we need pa abaya orino de ma omo. No Casa CA. I say, Mebruwa. Omo team from Mobru Bia Jumem. Sabe yenya Ghana for the so free ground so free talk radio for na Mebru wa na kata so e. Okwa yamfao. Na be fomu adumenu metuma bobo bebredi. Omo so company you omo frem. Yame na etwa omo ka. So we Obuasi na yamfao to omo so be sure no. Ebi kura titi be di America be no kata pesi. Mebru wa ye me ma for a university. That's why I'm about to my Rebinisca or Legon. And I'm the Captain Smarty, the Papa, or call them wow. Into the so by us one move. And what they call them man. The media was ourselves. Pension, my son, the show be a dream. We have been one day, make my friend, you make my machine. A machine, would you know a machine? I will use your machine over there, your mouth, and now I want it. The environment I had you that in Yanya Faso Biara. O ma say yensu. I need galamte. Galamte ni e kana pona. Ahemfo no ene ebinumu aton kasiamo mo tutu galamte ni de nuwa. But the boy 3 years say I don't be bonke. Omo tu America ka o tie anu akopie bi so. Omo tu America ka omo we so anu makata so kama bo we no. Ene wa anyase na Obuasi. Oh, anyase titru enkolai also omuye bia ensenso biara de na omo kari na ensenso bia enkoba bia na do danko akufo ado akoti sa soldier for the police for the bua se mo bia anko edie be de omo ye adwuma sa akodo omo je mo titi da titi na be bigin see no from also mo je adwuma o first can I opera from go out in Nyago. That's the only good crown of Kotonka and 50 then into the IOP. Obia Pesca. By a year, 3 more thing. Yapan. Yapan, or Tenka, your president, board and Koto, or Yapan. And Kote, president, say 8 years. Because I'm for so much to work here, Nara Yapan. That is the Robook Master and Kane, the South Africa. Yes, Yakamu, Kumama, Rabbi the Bee. Oh, Rabbi, the ground, Kabu. Said, hey, I'm going to say, yes, no, what is over to see? And I am see, while I saw the noise, no, for Taito, and that is Picatra. Obana MC or Wamato, and Omobu Danabu, and then come on. Omata, Sino, I will say, a young man, Cassa, a Japadi. So what I say, any beginning, most of them may have to remember to see an eye and I had the Oman yet. And normally, I am for no. And now, one so every day teacher, and a been so down to see I'm no cat, I've been a soldier for the more while I say, oh, a club opposite to all. Oh, yeah, now for so young Obuasi. Yeah, with me, and the captain starting the program with me, Papa. What kind of crack? What kind of crowd? When it Kevin and I'm team na Kevin, I am a back. I know they are offering me. I'm no Becassa. Why am a papa? I'm no Cassa. If you only know you shall have it. But me, nothing now into what they are no Becassa. Met some woman. What kind of crowd? Ghana. What kind of crowd? Papa.
Senana, I'm ready. I'm no Cassa. But I say, I mean, now, Senana, I'm ready.
Na mama akufado nte akufado medina tibro ni ya bibi ni mapa na bi na ti na nya faso bi afri so wo kwa na me ka di etri wo kwa na me ka ti na ya dada ma to to ma be poto because enkola be hwe wo bunti
aya to man from when the politician e chino wa ma bra ban say to say why that's it I'm saying Obuasi issue no me say Obuasi youth no mo share demonstration tem we will all leave Accra and join please as as quickly as possible. Let's say whoever is destroying the land, I see a pamon if you Obuasi. It can be AGA, it can be anybody. When I see a pamon BFE assassin.
You don't even know what's coming.
Yeah, then it's not only a say assassin to this level. What do you say, boys? Say the Omuka, Obia Casa has the way with Muti.
Muntie, Namuntie, come on in, Shamano. You had the message way, you had the Sunday Aquacoma AGA. 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 South Africa da South Africa nasa company we ya ana South Africa hey South Africa no South Africa South Africa mabunu adwuma ye oba Obuasi a sa egie ya na wa ehwe brabo meba kwasina South Africa now kwa omu feeling na oba Obuasi a na ya de ya bleedi ene say ye nyanya ba ko ana mo twe say Obuasi embare mani hanuma mo pa mo sha say embe woni guo no muntie enti be bia kodo muntie boss ni say ya pa kodo enti kodo ana mo yadai munja ma aya ko na be
5 innocent will be coffee. I don't know who's cover.
Captain, say, see, a couple of, I'm saying last month, Namiwa, California, now, ASU, Arizona State University, California, what your analysis be, and we'll see. The dollar amount of every citizen were estimated about $2.7 million on the low. Inti say one person, if he system numa, before time or retire, a cost of about $2.7 million to the grid. Yang say $2.7 million wa bruchiria, or the yen fan say a fraction of that in a year for Ghana, or the yen fan say times a value of 10 into not 2.7 million cedis, because rates in about 11.5. Into the year estimate said 10 into 2.7 million cedis. Say 2.7 million cedis are more free guho Obuasi nano. The dollar equivalent value and the cedi equivalent value of one worth ni nano. Yashu ni na. Inti, how can you run a government? How can you run a country? Potential income SSA would develop na add to the grid won't develop. Na mum se wo hia sika na wo kobobosia me I just can't understand. Na memory can say Ghana for youth enye wom se ye be demonstrate today, but say na do baby SSA ye dey adwene ye adwuma. Any demonstration, because uncle we a demonstration said then one will control power. Inti why one said neighbor to me I say about demonstrate won't ye. Inti the agricultural beyond say come 2024. The only person or journey with ni team. Ye bet to me a omanyi efi baby a war. Ye bet to me a reposition the inhabitants one what Obuasi. na ya ama won baby foforo akotena because Obuasi wote ho a te say wanya cancer dedaw e wo system wo organs na be say enche wo be metastasize no wawu je say cancer na be ko mujemu na no wawu inti ni Erica kire on say no nipa ba akopɔ wa adwene ma Ghana food na ene Obuasefo obegina ho amamo na abrochiri companies intumi mebu yen mfaso nsisi because you want to me nya wa abrochiri Kotoka International Airport kura won't me yen where to kwan kwa abrochiri won't me na Ghana fo mpanimfo ye ewidifo a asɛm mfa wɔn ho ne aka wan say ye beto V8 ye beda Range Rover ni beto Japade wa abrochiri munyina ho for 2024 mun vote ma Kofi Quarantine ne dom yempene wa adwene na yedreba na abrochiri fo so Ghana fo amwa abrochiri memo so yen asen momeboa yen kofiquarantin.com 0599995120 ye momo number momo yen ni emfa ni dwuma ema mo ni emfa sesa Ghana yede ma say
yeah captain
innocent
in as much as we may tend to blame FNC AGA, that's the company, right? I said you blame you bebre because one yen and I did any way to home we need opportunity. That is a company that is in business and they're operating for profit. And Tiwuna we a host country no one for rules of engagement in pan to or not they ban the profits in our parko. And because the same company is mining in South Africa. Okoha, the working environment, the conditions, everything are quite different. But Obaha say no, who say, oh, Nippon or Mohana are not wise. I can take them for granted that every business be operating for profit to be able go the same line. That is the reason why, and for them to be able to sustain the way or more at me press it at Obuasi so let's say one. I am penning for key individual stakeholders or more honor, they are in bed with them. And that is how your attitude me in nature is it here. But be obinya ni daily bread free no because bosume so anasa man te so a you be be free and say awudi ekwa na nipa ni dia we don't care. That is the mentality that's what Chroma say. And your hen no to Chroma nim say nema ekoso nya but anam be obenya free ntino ne manfo no nyina wu a emfa no ho. That is why I tell you say obekọ krobi so no ohene no nkwa na wo V8 nipa no mugu ho na hiafo nkwa ohene no dan kwa na ya penti omoma ka nyina ahiafo nkwa ohene nkwa na timidi gold na asefo tototo nensa omomugu ho ahiafo nkwa. That is our mentality until say nipa na be sore hu say they identify themselves with the masses. No one who the kind of conditions are man for a come because na Kofi cancer the everyone say south na wo mu no who exposing it to constant irritation. That is why na cancer na ba. And because ebe grow bebre and I say the that is all that cancer is about. And ya boy be ebe cancer. That is the situation. So the mechanism say I didn't no a national way you expect the entire nation to make it an agenda on the border. You be go now you addressing the situation. We more details. We will move to Obuasi unannounced again. Hey, as I said, national demonstration ewo Obuasi.